So, first off, he graduated Idaho State University with a bachelor's in our healthcare administration program. And if you don't know this, when Troy went through it, healthcare administration was with the Division of Health Science. That is now, Division of Healthcare Administration is now in the College of Business. So we claim him as one of ours, okay? He was a student athlete at Idaho State, participated on the football team, and was part of the 2002 Big Sky Championship team, and then he later finished his MBA in 2004, okay? He is the current CEO and president of TanaBell Health Services, Incorporated, and is the owner of multiple transitional rehabilitation homes, a home health agency, assisted living, pharmacy, supplement company, CrossFit box, and a medical supply company, all of which are here in Idaho. He is the former president and chair of the Healthcare Association and currently serves on the Idaho State University Foundation Board. Troy, most importantly, Troy is the father of 4 and loves to spend time with his wife and kids playing sports and coaching. He enjoys CrossFit, chasing his kids around to their sporting events, and watching all sports. He truly bleeds orange and black and will, according to him, says he's forever indebted to Idaho State for the education, the experience, and the life lessons that ISU has afforded him. Troy Bell.
Well, I am not used to speaking behind a pulpit, so I'll do the very best I can. I like to kind of walk around. But for today, I want to make sure my remarks are very organized and so that all of you can hopefully leave today with some takeaways that will help you go on throughout your life and work a little harder, be a little kinder, and have a little bit more desire to be better. First of all, I want to thank Wells Fargo. This is an amazing opportunity. When I was a student at ISU, I don't think we had such a great opportunity to come and listen to people speak. And I think you guys should be really grateful to Wells Fargo for them sponsoring this and allowing this to happen. About it was probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to serve on a hiring committee with John. And after one of the meetings, John said to me, "Hey Troy, would you be willing to come talk to some ISU students about your business and what you do?" And I was like, "Absolutely, I'd love to come talk to ISU students. I've done some adjunct teaching, I've taught the long-term care class, I love coming to ISU." A couple days later, he sent me an email, and it said, "Wells Fargo Speaking Series. These are the previous speakers: Governor Brad Little, Frank Vandersloot, one of the most successful businessmen in Idaho, Dr. Fahim Rahim, who's a friend of mine, who's a very successful entrepreneur." And I immediately thought, oh no, John doesn't know who I am. He's made a mistake. I'm just a local hometown boy from Idaho, born and raised in Pocatello, and I love what I do. But I'm super grateful for this opportunity, and hopefully I'll be able to share some things with you today that you will find beneficial. I was born in Pocatello, Idaho. Most of you are thinking, well, why a local guy from Pocatello, Idaho? Why is he speaking to us today? That's a great question, and I don't know that either. But hopefully, by the end, you'll have a better understanding why John decided to ask me to speak. I was born and raised in Pocatello. I am a Bengal through and through. I was a scholarship athlete. I had a chance to play a game I loved while getting my school paid for. I was able to graduate without debt. What a blessing. ISU afforded me all those opportunities. Generous folks that have donated and been boosters and have supported ISU and given have allowed me to gain an education. I was part of a championship team. I don't wear this ring often, but I see a good friend back there, Jerry. He knows what this ring is. He was a part of it too. In 2002, I had the blessing to be a member of a championship team. That's an honor and a blessing that ISU afforded me. I've been able to meet mentors, friends, and have some of my best friends who I've met through ISU and the experiences that I've had. So I am indeed grateful for ISU and everything that it's offered me. I try to give back. I'm currently on the ISU Foundation Board. I think I'm on my 3rd year now. And I feel it's my obligation and duty to give back to ISU because of all the things that I've learned and gained as an ISU Bengal. I do indeed bleed orange and black. I went through the healthcare administration program. I'm going to give you a quick, brief history so you better understand my remarks today. I got a degree in healthcare administration. As I was getting that degree, Dr. Webner, some of you may know Dr. Webner, he was head of the program at the time. He came up to me one day and he said, "Troy, I saw that you enlisted in a long-term healthcare class. Don't waste your time. You're very talented. Go into acute care. Be a hospital administrator. That's where you need to be." And I thought of his remarks, and I really deeply respected Dr. Webner. But I did an internship at the old Bannock Hospital, and I sat in a little cubicle, and I crunched numbers, and I never talked to a patient, a doctor, a family member. And I quickly realized that this was not the healthcare or the healthcare administration that I had in mind. I took a job a friend offered me at a 16-bed geropsych lockdown unit. And it was fascinating. Some young, some old, mostly geriatrics, suicidal, Alzheimer's, dementia. They would spit on me, hit me, yell at me, and then they would hold their hand and cry with me. I would be able to talk to their families, doctors, social workers, psychiatrists, and I thought, aha, this is my calling. I loved it. That's what I envisioned healthcare administration to be. And so I quickly fell in love with long-term care. I didn't follow the advice of Dr. Webber. And later on, I'll explain why that is important and significant. I took a job later as a promotion as an administrator of a facility in Burley, Idaho. It was a rundown nursing home that I think was 80 plus beds. And I commuted to Burley, Idaho for over a year and a half to run that building. I looked at it as an opportunity that my employer gave me to grow and develop in the company. Was it hard? Absolutely. But we've got to do hard things if we want to be good in business. I began turning that building around, and my employer brought me in one day, and he said, "Troy, you've done a good job turning this old building around, and it's now making money. And I'm afraid that I'm going to lose you to the Stanfords of the world." No offense, Iowa State, because our education's better. But he said, "I already know that there are some companies that are recruiting you, and I don't want to lose you. So I'll only give you an opportunity." And I said, "Great. What's that opportunity?" Now, mind you, I'd only been in the industry for a little over 2.5 years. He said, "I've got 2 struggling buildings, one in Santa Barbara, California, and one in Portland, Oregon. 189 beds. I'm pretty sure it was built on an Indian burial ground because nobody can make it work. It just continually loses money. It's a bad business. And then we have one in Portland, Oregon. Again, I've never been able to make it work. These REITs that we're leasing these buildings from, they're on my back because we're not successful. I want to give you an opportunity to create your own management company and take these buildings over." I thought about it, and I thought, "Oh, that's the dumbest thing a young professional could ever do." I went home, thought about it, prayed about it, thought about it some more, thought, no, there's no way. I shouldn't do it. But something inside me said, take a risk. Go for it. What do you have to lose? So I did, and I created a management company, and I managed a building in Santa Barbara, California, and a building in Portland, Oregon, actually in Tigard, for 4 years, and I commuted back and forth. I'd fly out to Santa Barbara on Monday, I'd fly up to Portland, and I'd fly home to be with my family. As often as I could, I would try to take my family with me. And it was hard, and it was a risk. But at the end of those 4 years, those buildings were making money, and they were successful. And I decided it was time for me to grow and start building my own buildings. And that's what I did. In 2009, we built our first transitional rehab here in town, and I began building TanaBell Health Corporation. TanaBell is a health management company. We do a vast arrangement of things. We manage all healthcare other than acute healthcare. We do not compete with the Portness or St. Luke's or the big people in the healthcare world. So that's just a brief history of where I have come from. Currently, right now, TanaBell has 7 active facilities. We're building 2 more facilities in Meridian, Idaho, which will be opening up this summer. Currently, we have about 450 employees. By the end of 2019, we will have 650 employees all in the state of Idaho, which I'm very proud of. We also have over 430 beds that we offer our residents and patients and Idaho residents, and we try to provide them the best care possible. One thing that I find much joy and satisfaction is being able to provide jobs and giving back to the Idaho community, which has been so good to me. That is one of the reasons that we have stayed in Idaho, and it's a blessing to us. So as I think about what I want to share with you today, I want to make sure that whatever I share with you today, you leave thinking, hey, I can do that. The one thing that I have begun to realize as an entrepreneur is that there is over 460 employees and their families that are relying on me to make good decisions, to be business sound, to make money and be profitable, to continue to provide them a paycheck and benefits and all the things that they need to take care of their life. It's a huge obligation. And in order to fulfill that obligation, I need to give my employees the best. As an employee, you have to give your employer your best every day, in and out. If you think when you graduate, you can just go through the motions and not understand your why and show up to work and things will just happen and you'll get a paycheck, you'll probably lose your job a few times and you will find yourself in a situation that is not bringing you joy and lasting happiness. So these are a snapshot of some of the businesses that our organization has created. TanaBell, obviously, that's my day job. That's what I do for a living every day, and it's what I love. Heritage Home Health and Hospice is another company that I own. Okay? Heritage Home Health and Hospice came about because as we were discharging people back into the community, I saw a need in the community to give our customers the home health and hospice that they were asking about, demanding, and wanting. I went to a friend that I knew the home health and hospice business, and I said, listen, we need to create a home health and hospice that meets these goals and meets these requirements, because this is what the customer is telling me. And so we created a home health and hospice because there was a need and we had to fill it. All of these businesses, I believe, were in response to a need that needed to be filled. We have a CrossFit box. Did I open up a CrossFit gym to make money? Absolutely not. I knew it wouldn't make money. But it's a hobby, it's something I love, and it provides a benefit and an opportunity for my employees as a wellness center to exercise, be well, and take care of themselves. And so I found it as an opportunity to create a business. Now the public has since taken that over, and they have subsidized that for our employees, so I can allow our employees to come and access that at a reasonable rate, and it becomes a benefit. It's something that we love. Mental and therapy. I had a very good therapist that I knew I was going to lose to the Stanfords of the world. And so I approached him and I said, hey, why don't we start an outpatient therapy group? I don't want to lose you, and you need an opportunity. And at one point in my life, a boss of mine gave me a great opportunity, and I'm forever indebted to him for that. We didn't always see eye to eye. He wasn't the best boss ever, but I can tell you what, I will always be grateful to that man for giving me an opportunity. And I will always tell him that, even though he may not think the best of me. So all these things are businesses that we've created that we feel fulfill a need. The desire to create is one of the deepest yearnings of the human soul. No matter our talents, education, backgrounds, abilities, we each have an inherent desire or wish to create something that did not exist before. Everyone can create. You don't need money, position, influence in order to create something of substance and beauty. Creation brings deep satisfaction and fulfillment. We develop ourselves and others when we take unorganized matter into our hands and mold it into something of beauty. This quote is me. When I read it, I thought, oh, that's true. That's true to me. And in business, those that can create solutions and those that can create opportunities for customers are those businesses that will win. And I like to win. I don't like to lose. I'm very, very competitive. And I know that in order to win, I must continually create solutions to be better, whether it be in my industry or in any business that I have. So, what's the best thing that I can tell you folks moving forward? What I would say to you today is invest in yourself. Create a you that brings you value. Whether you want to be an entrepreneur or you want to go work for a big Fortune 500 company or be a huge business guru, you have to start creating a you that brings value to yourself and or to a company that you will work for in the future. Talent only gets you so far. It's all about work ethic and being courageous and taking risks. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, sometimes you might have to take that job that might be a risk. You may have to move your family across the country. But if it's for a good cause, if you've weighed the pros and cons, then take that risk, right? If I wouldn't have taken some risks in my past, I definitely wouldn't be in the position that I am and have the freedoms that I have as an entrepreneur. You must be patient when you want to climb the corporate ladder. There is no such thing as instant gratification in business. I have interns that come to me and they tell me what I need to give them as a business owner to get them to come work for me. That is not the mentality to have. When you leave school and you have an opportunity to work for someone, you go to that person and you tell them, hey, I'm willing to do what I need to do to be a part of your organization. I'm willing to climb the ladder. Right? I'm willing to take a risk. I'm willing to commute to Burley to get a better opportunity. Because if they see that work ethic and they see that desire, then opportunities will come. Find a need and fill a need. Don't try to recreate the will, but if you have a talent and if you can bring value to a company, then do it. The last two projects that we have taken over, one in Rexburg, Idaho, and one in Twin Falls, Idaho, are two brand new, beautifully built, multi-million-dollar buildings that Madison Memorial Hospital built and a group of investors built in Sun Valley. And they came to us about a year, 2 years after opening their buildings, and they said, we don't know what we're doing. We can't do it. We know you know how to do this. We know you have a reputation in the state of Idaho. Will you come and consult and help us? Well, I have my own business, right? I don't have time to go help everybody else with their problems, but in these two circumstances, I chose to do it. And by the end of our consulting, and by the end of the few months we went and helped them, they looked at me and said, here's the keys. You and your organization have something that we value. You can do something that we cannot. We need you on our team. And that's the type of employee you need to become. You need to continually invest in yourself, learn more, read more, and become someone of value that businesses and organizations seek. People seek TanaBell and Pocatello and in the state of Idaho. The reason why is because we have a good reputation. We're not perfect. There are peers in this audience that know my weaknesses and flaws that I deeply respect, but we do our very best to provide the best, and people respect it. Don't fear the unknown. You're going to make mistakes. That was my biggest fear leaving college. What am I going to do? What if I make the wrong choice? What if I make a mistake? Who cares? I make a mistake every day. My personal assistant is here today. And she can tell you that she's constantly correcting me. And that's okay, because she knows my weaknesses and flaws, and I don't have to hide them from her, and she's there to help me, right? Don't be afraid of making mistakes in the unknown. Number 5, toughen up, be tough. Some of the people that are coming into the workforce today are not tough. And I'm not trying to be mean. You've got to be tough. You cannot just expect to go in and everything be perfect. Okay? You have to find joy in whatever circumstances you find. I think that a lot of us, because of social media and the way society is, we think that we should just go into an opportunity and everything should be perfect. It's not that way. I chose to be in the toughest industry there is, I believe. And it's hard. But it makes me a better person. It makes me tough. And that makes me a better person for my family and for my friends and everybody else. Follow your passion. What if I would have listened to Dr. Weber? Where would I be? I've thought about it a lot. I probably would be living in a different part of the country. I probably would have been fired 3 or 4 times. Hopefully I'd have had a hospital CEO job by now at 40. But I probably would have been a medical records person. I probably would have tried to work my way up the ladder. And my life would be very, very different. Listen, be respectful, but follow your passion, right? Do what makes you happy. Don't take a job just for a paycheck. That's the worst mistake you can make in business and in life, because you won't be happy. It's tough to find joy in a journey if you don't find any happiness. And then become the best you. Evolve. Now is the best time as a student to evolve and become the best person you can be. I used to think, oh man, life is so hard in college. I'm playing football, I got a wife, I got a kid, I'm so busy. I just want to get a job and start making money, and then life will be great. And there are some different, pros and cons of graduating and moving on to a different season in life. But the reality of it is now is the best time to become the best you. Get up early, work hard, take care of your body. Okay? My residents and families and my employees expect me to show up to work. They expect me to be at my best. If I don't take care of my mind, my spirit, if I'm not financially well, emotionally well, then I can't take care of my stuff at work. Take care of yourself. Eat good things. Put good things in your body. Now is the time to prepare. Go to bed on time. As a student, go to bed on time. Wake up early. Get in good habits. And the last thing is be humble. If I can tell you one thing, it's to be humble. In my industry, and Josh can attest to this, he's a good friend of mine, a colleague, I consider him a mentor. In my industry, everybody knows everybody. And everybody is networked. And if you burn bridges, bad things happen. Be kind to people, be humble, be grateful as a business owner or as a business employee. Be the type of person that you want to work with and work for. Okay? Don't be a negative person or a conceited person. So in life and in business, there's a definite need to be consistent. A definite need to create your best self. In my life, I try to remind myself the importance of being disciplined, because I hate to lose. Losers are not disciplined. In life and in business, I must stay disciplined and true to the values and to the things that I know are right. And I need to be an ethical businessman, because that's more important than anything else. I must stay disciplined. In my life, and my employees hear this all the time, because I put this all over. It's in my office, I have it in different places in my house, but I have this saying that I try to repeat to myself daily, and it's, Troy, what pain are you choosing today? The pain that comes with discipline, or the pain that comes with regret? Now, we all know what regret feels like. It feels like losing. That's what losers feel, is regret about, man, I should have tried a little harder. man, I should have done a little better. Man, I wish I would study a little harder for that test. That's regret. That doesn't feel good. I would much rather experience the pain and self-gratification of being disciplined and seeing good results than suffering regret. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and regret is the worst pain to suffer through. I love freedom, and discipline provides me freedom. Be disciplined. Create your own freedom. Be creative. Find joy in the journey. These are the business principles that I subscribe to and I believe help me win. Thank you.
Okay, we've got a few minutes for Q&A. So I have the microphone. If you have a question for Troy, this is a good time. Students to get a chance.
You talked a lot about people, and I think that you would agree that a good team is very valuable. You probably wouldn't have the ring on your finger without one or a successful business. So I'm thinking, what do you look for when you were first starting? What did you look for to build your management team? And if you were to go back and change anything, would you?
Well, as far as the people I look for in a management team, I try to find people that would fit well in my culture. People that are humble, that are just good overall people. Sometimes fitting into a culture is a lot more important than a resume. There's a lot of qualified people with great resumes, but if they don't fit your culture or they don't buy in, they're probably not the best people to have in your company. So I look for people that I believe share the same values as I do, that understand our mission, and that I think want to be a part of an organization that is a little different.